What's going on, George Mason? Welcome back inside of the Pressbox. I am DeMonte Shaw.
And I'm Brenton Randolph.
And I'm Matt Newman.
And we're happy to have Matt back.
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
I just wanted to stay away from these guys.
Yeah, man, where you been? You've been right here.
You
You've been waiting
he
for
hasn't been shaving that beard, that's for sure.
So, you may be wondering why I'm wearing a hat. It's because it's cold outside, right? Not because I didn't shave or I'm having a bad hair day. Strictly because it's cold outside.
Okay.
So, yeah. Let's start off with let's kick it off with some Mason soccer. You see how I did that?
Kick it off. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Our men's team is doing work in this Atlantic 10 conference that's supposed to be so tough. We are owning it.
It's still pretty tough.
It's pretty tough.
It is
It's
pretty
still
tough. We're just really
pretty
good.
But we're good, though.
Yeah, they advanced to the semifinals of the tournament after a win over Davidson. Went to PKs, so that's exciting.
Oh, yeah.
Anytime I hate PKs though. Watching PKs you're just like so stressed. Like
Yeah, it's nerve-wracking.
whenever I have to do penalty kicks in FIFA. It's a whole other level of commitment right there.
You know, it's all.
Get one false move and it's over.
Yeah, they won that 4-2. Let's see, Michael Butts had 2 huge saves, clearly because it was 4-2. And our man Daniel Hoffman
Yep.
sunk the game-winning penalty kick. So that's pretty dope. They're taking on Rhode Island in the semifinals. So I think we'll beat them because
Hopefully.
Mason Nation is behind them.
Yes.
You can watch it live on the Atlantic 10. I don't know why I'm telling you that because you won't see that. Check out the scores for that when you watch this episode.
Yeah, but it's also good to see, like, George Mason kind of having, like, a multi-dimensional attack, not just Timmy Mulgrew, like, all the time. I know we love Timmy here, but, you know,
Yeah.
just good to see other people also getting involved.
Yeah, I mean, well, you have to because he can't take all the penalty kicks.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. But
He could do different impersonations.
Yeah.
Come out with a beard. Come out with like a mullet. Like you never know.
That's the same guy.
It's the same exact shot every single time.
You like Robert Downey Jr. in Tropic Thunder.
I just think it's really good to see continued success
Yeah.
by this men's
Yeah.
soccer team. That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, we're building a dynasty, you know. Not one Atlantic 10 championship.
Not two.
Not three.
Not 40.
Yeah,
Dynasty
you get
right
it.
here. We're here at Mason, so I look to see a lot of Mason, soccer recruits coming our way because of that. We're making a name for ourselves out there. But you know, today's a pretty big, tremendous day in the world of Mason basketball. We got a doubleheader. The season is upon us. It is beginning.
It's here.
It is back.
It-
It's exciting.
Your final season.
It's final season. I'm gonna go out there and give it my all.
Yeah.
I mean, he won't be playing. But he'll be a fan.
Yeah.
Hey, Coach Hewitt said there's a spot for me. Maybe,
Legit.
kind of, maybe. Sort
Okay. If you got to beat Patrick in that 3-point shootout.
of. Yeah.
Okay.
Look out, Patrick. I'm not coming.
Your spot is safe.
But that other guy, look out.
Walk
Yeah,
away.
that's pretty huge. I don't know. I'm so excited, man.
I am too.
It's gonna be good. We got a lot of athletes, so I look to see some exciting plays. Maybe, I think if nothing else, it looks like we could make a lot more appearances on SportsCenter this year.
Why?
I don't know. I just feel like we have like a lot more high flyers and guys who are like looking to make exciting plays. I mean, of course, winning is the goal, but
Yeah.
Right.
these guys seem to have a little swagger to them where they're just like, you know, I want to go out and dunk on somebody, or you know, I want to go out and make a spectacular play. So
Yeah. Well, they also can't sacrifice good play.
yeah,
That's the thing.
True.
exactly.
You know, I think it's gonna be rough this year trying to replace Sherrod Wright and Brian Allen.
It'd be tough.
You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
they weren't maybe like they made some pretty spectacular plays. They weren't like they
Yeah.
weren't like you said, always trying to make like the super electrifying play.
Mm.
But they were always so solid. Like you could always rely on them. And
Yeah.
I think we're really gonna miss them this year. But it'll be interesting to see how we replace them.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think it'll be like interesting when DeMonte talks about athleticism. In particular, you're talking about the big men like Siobhan Thompson and Trey Porter,
Yeah.
which was an element to George Mason's game last year that we didn't necessarily have with our big men. We weren't necessarily as athletic. And I think we'll be able to use that athleticism not just for like high flying dunks and like that sort of thing, but also just taking advantage of like getting busy on the boards and stuff, getting
Mhm.
rebounds. It'll help out with that as well, and
That's
that'll
the
be
goal.
important.
That is the goal.
Yeah.
Like Paul Hewitt said in your interview, he wanted to be like the top rebounding team in the A10.
They
So
could definitely make it happen. Those guys got ups, and like I said, they're gonna crash those boards. That's gonna be awesome. And then on our women's side, they're taking on Vatek. That's gonna be pretty exciting. I mean, ACC, Carmen and Mason. Our girls they're looking pretty good this year. We got Taylor Brown, T Bizzle.
Did you just give her that nickname?
Yeah, I did. I don't know. I try to think of cool nicknames. I don't know if that works. Let me know, Taylor. I don't know if you want to scratch it.
you
You
may want to run these nicknames by
Alright,
people.
I
before
You know, I'm
give
just
them.
gonna go and speak ahead. I'm gonna go speak for Taylor. I don't think she probably wants. Doesn't
No.
want to be called T-Bizzle.
All right. We'll save it. Back to the drawing board. But I look to see her do work against tonight against
Tech.
Jane Tech, and throughout the season, I think she's going to be that go-to player that really going to be looking to head this team. And I mean, she led us in scoring last year, so I mean, I think she'll do it again. Coach Nyla said we can look to see a lot from a lot of other players.
Right.
Talisha Watts playing more confidently this year, so that'll be huge.
I think it'll be very interesting to see how they do in Coach Nyla, my booze,
My God.
in Coach Nyla's second season.
Yeah.
I think I feel like like anytime you bring in a new coach, it's really like that change of philosophy, that different foundation, and I'm interested to see how the people she's brought in, people she has recruited, and how this moves on going forward, because obviously we want to do a little bit better than we did last year.
Yeah.
I mean, we still did good, but we're making strides.
Yeah.
And I think it's time for us to make that next step to be like an A10 contender this year.
Right.
Yeah, or at least like in the middle of the pack or somewhere. Like just you can't be like towards the bottom anymore. You gotta make like some sort of progress, I would say. But like another one of the players that we would probably want to look out for would be Sandra Ngoye.
Yeah.
She was the team's leader in 3-point shooting percentage last
She's
season.
killing it.
And like if she can get it going into the perimeter, like if Taylor Brown does the little driving kick out to Sandra Ngoye, that could give the women's team like a dimension to their
I'm gonna
offense.
get a lot of T-shirts this year.
Yeah,
Men's
a lot of
and women's.
t-shirts.
There's
A lot
gonna
of
be a lot of
t-shirts.
T-shirts. We got
That
shooters
too.
on both sides.
Yeah, the Patriot Platoon
Right.
T-shirt.
This is a dope shirt.
This
Forest
is nice.
green. I like it. I like it.
I like it too.
I love it. I love it. Let's switch over to some pro sports.
Oh my.
So Derrick Rose has made headlines yet again. I was about to say not for his injury, but recently, yeah, for an
his
injury. But
It's always
more
for his injury.
right. But even bigger than that is he came out and said that he has taken games, and he does take games off, even for like a little bit of soreness, just to prolong his career and really his life and his health. His body being able to fully function later down the road for his son and other things in life, and it caused a lot of ruckus in the sports world.
It
A
did.
lot of people didn't like it. So I don't know. What do you guys feel about that? How do you feel about players taking games off when they can play, to kind of prolong their kind of longevity and their able-bodiedness?
Well, I mean, me personally, like I can't really get on Derrick Rose for that because, like, it's a long season. It's an 82-game season. I know like fans are paying good money to see him in particular play. Like when you go see the Bulls play, and like
Yeah.
when you're talking about Western Conference teams, the Bulls only come play in their arena like once a year. So if Derrick Rose sits that game, they don't get to see him play at all that season. If you're a Bulls fan, but
Yeah.
at the same time, like he has stuff that he has to do like outside of basketball, like when he retires, whenever that is, and.
Soon.
Yeah, it could be like Brandon Roy, which would be sad, but
Yeah.
like I understand, and there's something to be said about those players that tough it out, like Kobe Bryant played through all their injuries, but like I feel like Dwayne Wade does the same thing when he sits out all those games. I mean, granted, D Wade's older, but no one gets on him.
At the end of his career.
Also at the end of his career, but I mean, no one gets on him about it. Like,
Because he's old.
yeah, but I can't necessarily get on Derrick Rose like
Yeah.
fully about it because he could be preserving himself in the playoffs as well. But he said he was thinking about after basketball. But
Yeah.
I can't get mad at him because when you're as injury prone as he is, I mean those sorts of things start to creep up.
I mean, I'm just like, what do you want him to do? like he's like he gets hurt. Like that's not necessarily his fault. Like some like some of it is, but like some of it like might just be like the way he is that he gets hurt and like he's still coming back from 2 knee surgeries. You know that takes a lot of time. As a person who has torn their ACL, I can tell you that it really sucks.
Yeah.
And I bet you he does not want for that to happen again. After he made that big comeback, was pretty much like criticized the entire comeback for not coming back too soon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And like my thing is, your knees are 2 of the most unstable joints in your legs. Any more instability in that joint, which can be caused by twisting your ankle, like that will cause a little bit of instability with your legs. Which if you're already playing on 2 very unstable knees, I wouldn't necessarily want to make them any more unstable. So
yeah. From his perspective, I can see why he would say that. I know personally. I was watching TNT last night, and I could see both of their points because they were saying, well, when I was a player, if I could walk, I could play.
Yeah.
And I mean, you look at all of them now; they have trouble walking. They're limping around, but they said they wouldn't trade it for anything just because of what doing that brought them, the success brought them. And I kind of thought about myself and how, well, I guess it's because I haven't suffered any major injuries, but I agreed where I was like, well, if I can walk, I may be sore, but if I feel like I can go, I play. But that may be coming from somebody who hasn't suffered a major injury, so I can't really criticize Derrick Rose because he's had 2 major injuries. And I mean, a little bit of soreness, I could see where you could be like, well, I'm not having this happen again. Because maybe last time he felt soreness, previously, and he was like, I'm going to keep going, and then, the ACL. So, personally, I feel like, I guess I can't fully speak to it because I haven't suffered any major injuries, but if I can play, and I know I can play, I would play through soreness. I probably end up tearing my ACL, but
thing is, after you hurt your knee, like either after you tear your ACL or tear your meniscus, you have like a 50-50 shot of getting arthritis in that knee when you grow up or when you get older. Mm-hmm. And so he's probably, realistically, he might have arthritis later on in 2 of his knees. Does he really want to hurt his ankles? Want to hurt other parts of his body? I really can't find room to fault him.
Yeah.
It's really hard. Because then, if someone, RG3 came back, but he came back too soon, and that's also his fault.
Yeah. You can't win in that situation.
Yeah. There's really no way. Fans will never be happy. No. Sports media will never be happy. At the end of the day, he's doing what he's doing. Like you said, it's my decision, and I can care less what people think. And that's what you got to do at the end of the day. You kind of ignore everything else and do what you got to do for yourself. Because at the end of the day, you're going to have to live with it. You're going to have to deal with it. The fans aren't going to, have to limp your son to his graduation.
Yeah, I was about to say, he's actually, he's being there for his family. Whoa! Yeah. How terrible of him!
What a horrible guy. He's terrible.
Well, this has obviously struck a nerve.
We got Matt Roundup over here, so it's a good show. Do what you got to do. Take care of yourself, Derrick. Don't succumb to pressure. Succumb, SAT word. We can talk a little bit about NFL. Well, NFL. We can't leave the NBA without shouting out. Go ahead, Brendan. You've been dying to do this.
My man, Dirk. Yeah. I'm not actually his biggest fan or anything because I'm a Heat fan, but still, he passed the dream. Hakeem Olajuwon, all-time in scoring. He has the most points of any foreign-born NBA player ever. So, he definitely deserves a shout-out for that. He's used that one-legged jumper to his advantage for over 15 years now.
He's definitely had the most points on one leg.
Yeah.
He's had that for, the past 5 seasons.
Dark.
I'm telling you, he's just gonna eventually start shooting his foul shots off one leg.
He has the most unguardable jump shot in the NBA today. When he steps up and takes that jump shot, you just probably throw your hands up in the air. How am I supposed to guard that? What do I do?
Just push him.
Check him. Hit him in the knees.
Just stand. Play defense behind him. Actually. And just grab the ball.
I've seen that one work before, actually, but.
Really, the only way to stop him is to whisper in his ear and tell him to miss.
Oh, and
that works.
He also invented. Yeah, that works too. He also invented the white dream shake. So.
Works on Britain. So now we can switch it over to some NFL talk. Adrian Peterson has now settled all of his legal troubles with the courts.
Sort of.
Sort of. He's got some community service. I think he's on probation now. But now the debate becomes, so now that that's handled, what should happen with the NFL and what they should do? There are probably very few people who feel like he should just play, and then there's a majority who feel like punishment needs to be handed down now from the NFL. Personally, I mean, I feel like you're gonna upset a lot of people, and it just doesn't look right if you just say, oh, okay, like the courts handled it, you're good, like come back and play. I mean, it's still like your job, like it's a job,
Mm-hmm.
Like if you go to work and you get in trouble legally, there's gonna be repercussions at work also.
Yeah.
They don't say, oh, the courts handled it. Come on back. You murdered that guy, but you're acquitted. Like, come on.
Yeah,
He
well,
also
it's
didn't
not-
murder
it's not
him.
bad.
But,
It's
I
not
just went
bad,
to the
but
extreme.
yeah.
I should have picked the lesser.
Lesser offense.
Get like
Yeah.
a DUI or something.
Right.
But
I mean, I feel like there's always some kind of, punishment. Because there's a code of conduct
yeah.
at every workplace. So
Yeah.
I feel like he violated that by getting in trouble with the law. So,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I mean, it's really okay. So there's two different things. One is obviously this whole issue about the child abuse,
Yeah.
which I think he pled guilty to a
A
misdemeanor,
A misdemeanor.
No contest, but yeah.
no contest.
Yeah.
So he said, I don't know like the legal ramifications.
Basically, I think
of
he's saying, like, I did beat the child, but I didn't do it, like,
Like,
maliciously.
What the
Yeah.
what no contest means, I believe, if I'm correct about this, is that he maintains his innocence in terms of the charges, but there's evidence against him that could prove otherwise, and you kind of acknowledge that that's possible.
Yeah.
Okay.
That makes sense.
So I think that's obviously an issue.
Mhm.
I don't think any of us really know what happened,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
we obviously don't know what his intents are
Mhm.
Yeah.
or were that night.
All we see is the
Yeah.
pictures.
Yeah. So I mean
Yeah.
the pictures are pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's really hard to make just to make a judgment because like I said they are terrible pictures, but I mean I was also subjected to not terrible, like I don't think I ever had bruises,
Yeah.
but like I was spanked as a child,
Okay. Yeah.
So, but that's like I don't really know where I stand on that, to be
It's
honest.
hard.
It's really hard to have like a one way attitude towards that.
Yeah.
But then also there's the question of him admitting to smoking marijuana.
Yeah,
That was just stupid.
why would you?
Yeah.
That was
if
just
you're
dumb.
if you're about to go to court, why would you smoke marijuana?
When it rains, it pours.
That was just dumb on his part. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know what he was thinking about on that one.
He was high, clearly.
Isn't it like a 6-game suspension already?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
So
They
I mean,
worked on it, but
you might as
yeah.
well just sit him, just for being a dummy.
Just-
just for
For the
Like
dingus of
he-
the week, you just sit. For the
Dingus.
rest
Come on,
of the
man!
week. They should just make that. Roger Goodell should just be like, because of his act of dingissery, he's been suspended.
That
for the
could be a
rest
new
of the
segment for
season.
the press box.
It
Dingus
could.
of the week.
Dingus
Right.
of the week.
We might have to do that. Dingus of the week coming soon. Adrian Peterson, you win it for the last weeks that we haven't done it.
Yeah. I mean,
Congratulations.
He's been getting paid throughout this whole process, even though he hasn't played. So, I mean, there's no point.
He can
really
take
in
that
playing
time
this year.
to kind of go get some mentorship on
You said
just
an
parenting.
internship. I was like, he's not in college. He doesn't
Go
need
with
the
Google. They're
internship.
really good. I've seen the movie. No, I mean, I think because, like you said, being spanked as a child too, I feel like you just need, if that's the way you want to raise your children, you need to know how to do it.
Effectively.
Yeah, and I think that's something my parents did. I mean, Adrian Peter's a young parent, so I think maybe he just needs that mentorship.
Guidance.
Yeah, that guidance. Because I mean, his father was in jail, so maybe he didn't get that,
I know
guidance
that.
and of how to do it correctly. So he can take this time off to, go to grandma's house or go to somebody's house and just talk about it and figure out how you need. What's the proper way, baby? Don't do it while you're mad. You wait until you calm down. You have a conversation, and you got to know your child. I mean, I'm not a parent. I'm talking like I have expertise in parenting.
Yeah.
I do have a son. I'm just
Yeah.
kidding. Coming soon. Adoption.
Adoption.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thanks. I'm so happy. I'm the new Angelina and Brad.
Oh gosh.
D'Angelina.
I'm worried about this guy.
The Mangelina.
I'm so
Ah,
I'm worried.
But,
I'm worried about you.
Please
Devontae.
disregard everything he just said.
That's not.
But I think we're out of time, so
Pretty
I reckon
sure we
should
are.
wrap it up.
I think that's enough.
Any final thoughts, fellas? Anything interesting?
I think we should kick Demonte off the show, but other than that,
As long as I get paid for the weeks that I miss.
oh god.
Yeah. Did we talk about Kobe Bryant has the most missed shots of all time?
We didn't. That can be your final thought.
Yeah. Shout outs to Machine Gun Kobe. Most misses of all time. Keep shooting though, because eventually you're gonna make one. I know he makes so many. I know. I'm joking, dude. Get over it.
Oh my. I don't even know.
Shout out to the Yin Yang Twins and the Whisper song.
Oh, you
You
still
got
doing
anything?
that?
I'm done.
All right. Well, from the press box, I am DeMonte Shaw.
And I'm Brendan Randolph.
I'm Matt Newman.
Press on, George Mason. Press on.